The stakeholders and partners of BUGC, the Build Up Greater Cleveland Infrastructure Network, invite you to consider our invisible assets. Northeast Ohio, home to millions of residents and thousands of businesses. Destination for millions of visitors from around the world who seek out our rich cultural diversity and amenities.
It's amazing to me the number of folks that are shocked and surprised when they come and experience Cleveland, talk about how unexpected their experience was. And I've always thought it's a wonderful place to live, work, and play. It's because this is, in my opinion, still the greatest location in the nation.
Greater Cleveland also has invisible assets that keep our world in motion. And it's the BUGC partners who are responsible for those assets.
Build Up Greater Cleveland is unique. I've been doing this kind of work for probably 20-25 years, and I have never come upon another organization that's quite like BUGC. We are the voice of the region, and the fact that public and private partners are working together on exactly the same page is unique. I don't think this goes on anywhere else in Ohio, much less the nation.
Many BUGC's assets are on the surface: our Great Lake, our waterways, signature bridges, and highways and roads. Other assets are buried hundreds of feet below ground, invisibly protecting the health and environment of our community. Perhaps our most invisible assets, those of the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District.
Well, the sewer district today actually has made some major accomplishments. We have 3 major wastewater treatment facilities. We serve wastewater from the city of Cleveland and 59 other communities, and really have been a major part of the turnaround of the Lake Erie and the Cuyahoga River.
This turnaround is especially visible in the Southerly Wastewater Treatment Facility, one of the largest wastewater facilities in the entire country. More than 300 feet below ground, over $200 million has been invested to eliminate raw sewage and restore Mill Creek Falls, the tallest in Cuyahoga County, to its natural splendor. And other projects are making a difference.
One of the other more interesting projects we were involved in was in the Dome Brook restoration. And of course, Dome Brook goes right through the heart of the city, University Circle, all the institutions, and has really a very interesting history and really a need to restore the whole brook. And it's going to require a lot of money, and it's going to take a substantial amount of time. But we've started to develop the framework. At least we can make prudent investment over the years to solve that problem.
Prudent investment, project coordination, stakeholder partnerships, all keys to BUGC's success. Playing a central role is the Cuyahoga County Engineer's Office.
Anywhere you travel in the country, infrastructure is a valuable part of our economy. Again, we rely very much on our transportation network to get ourselves as well as goods across the country. And one of the big things we find out today with any of the big projects, there is no one single source of funding. All of your big projects we've been involved in involve a partnership.
Projects like the widening of Pleasant Valley Road and the Crocker-Stearns extension provide critical linkage to major highways. The County Engineer's Office has worked with its municipal, state, and federal partners to get these and other projects done. BUGC is committed to engineer efficient access throughout the entire community, while honoring our history and heritage.
The bridge we're standing in front of is the Fulton Road Bridge, was constructed in the 1930s. One of the big things about this bridge is the arches. You don't see a lot of bridges that still remain with traditional arches that we see on this bridge. For that reason, there was really a strong interest to look for more money to actually replace it as an arch-type structure.
Our region has so many beautiful assets, both natural and man-made. Some of our bridges are just phenomenal. Some of the other infrastructure that we've carefully planned adds so much to what this region is all about. It's something that people can see and can appreciate. It's part of our history, it's part of our future.
And in Cleveland, that future is bright, with more than $2.5 billion of real estate development and $1.2 billion of infrastructure improvements underway.
Roads and bridges in the city of Cleveland are an important asset to our residents and our business owners. We have over 1,300 miles of roads and over 100 bridges that we're responsible for, and they not only foster economic development by allowing businesses to stay in business, but they're also a quality of life issue. We need to get as much bang for the buck as we can. And in doing that, we partner with various agencies throughout the state. And in partnering with entities like the Cuyahoga County Engineer's Office, with the Ohio Department of Transportation, we've been able to leverage about $52 million in city money into $240 million worth of improvements.
Economic development and infrastructure work hand in hand. The City of Cleveland collaborates with partners to retain and attract industry, and often creates entirely new neighborhoods.
One that I'm quite proud of and pleased in is our East 4th Street reconstruction project. It was a very complicated type of project. We had to coordinate everything with the various utilities that were underneath the street. And once all of the underground work was complete, we were then able to start the street improvements, and from what you can see down on East 4th Street today and the construction that's going on, it was a very successful project. Infrastructure does sustain economic development, there's no doubt.
One of our most attractive assets is also key to creating jobs for Greater Cleveland. These natural assets are our lake and our waterways.
The Port Authority is here in Cleveland to do a number of things, one of which is to provide world-class maritime services for our community. The port is responsible for about 11,000 jobs being in Cleveland. Cleveland's transportation infrastructure is one of the great strengths of the community. This is where 4 major interstates come together, and there is not a single port in this country that has better access to the interstate system than the Port of Cleveland.
The Port Authority works collaboratively with BUGC to improve water and land-based transportation and economic development.
One of the projects that we have been working on for the past several years is the Trans-Lake Erie Ferry. Our market, where our products go that we make, and where parts of our products come to be made here, is on the other side of this lake. We've put together a project to provide daily ferry service between Cleveland and Port Stanley, Ontario. And right now we're driving round and round the lake with cargo and people. This will save time, save money, and maybe most importantly, protect the environment.
The Port Authority also invests in infrastructure and development in our region, including a major new development on the Cuyahoga Riverfront.
The Flats project is a $230 million investment, which will be a mixed-use development of residential, commercial, office, and retail. And we are the financing agency for that. A substantial amount of the Flats project is infrastructure. And this allows the sewer district to start their remediation on combined sewer overflows. So from an environmental standpoint, it's a win for everybody.
It's all about working together to build an infrastructure network for Greater Clevelanders, allowing us to move around with ease, reduce congestion, and protect our environment. These goals are at the heart of the mission of the Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority.
Every week the RTA serves about 200,000 people. About 60% of those people use RTA because they want to, really save money, save time. About 40% of those people use RTA because really they have to. It's their only way to get to work, only way to get to the doctors, only way to get to the grocery store. So I think it's a very important service.
Service made possible by the RTA system, together with its partners in local, state, and federal agencies. RTA is systematically upgrading its stations to make them modern, clean, safe, and accessible.
We have a wonderful system here in Cleveland. We've had great support from our elected officials. We've had tremendous support from the federal government for our major projects. Certainly the Euclid Corridor project is one of them, where not only the federal government but the state and NOAC and the local region supported that financially, which is really going to be a national model. When we carry 200,000 people a day, we eliminate 50,000 cars a day from the roads in the greater Cleveland area. It reduces emissions and helps the environment. It also reduces congestion.
From the ground up, across bridges, roads, and waterways, BUGC delivers an infrastructure network that keeps Greater Cleveland working and moving forward.
The issue is about regional cooperation, and to the extent that we can leverage our strengths to attract and grow business here, to really work together as a community to partner. I think that's not us doing business as usual. That's us doing things differently for the best interests of the community at large. I think that those are things that are significant to our success.
What has worked about BUGC is the connection of people. It's all about relationships. It's about the relationships we enjoy with each of our public sector partners. It's about the relationship we have with the general public. and it's about the relationship we have with our elected officials. We've got it all.